Hey guys, welcome to the Comedy and Custody podcast. I'm Sasha Frank.
I'm Nebulous Niang.
That's comedy because we are both stand-up comedians.
And it's custody because we are both single moms.
We are, not because we are convicts.
Not yet?
Not
right?
yet.
Okay.
So we're going to talk today about the most cliche thing of all.
Dating.
My favourite topic. We're going to talk about dating because this has been a feature of both of our lives in the last decade,
yes,
I would say.
Decade?
For me, for the last 5 years.
Same, 5 years.
Yeah, okay, for the last 5 years. We both got divorced, we both restarted our lives, got back into dating, with one very big difference, which is that you have dated women.
Yes.
And I have dated men.
That's right.
And that's right. Yes,
yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah, it's that way round, right? It's
right.
Way round.
I mean, you can tell me if
it's
yeah.
Yeah. So tell me what it was like getting back into the dating scene. You got divorced. We talked about this on the last podcast. You got divorced. You came out to yourself.
To myself.
And then you got on the dating apps?
Yes.
You got on the dating apps.
So, okay.
Tell us.
So I do talk about this in my 1 hour comedy special, Slow-Mo Sexual. And it's always worth talking about more. So the thing about lesbian dating apps, they are the same dating apps that everyone else uses. We do not have a Grindr.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we do not, because Grindr is very different. Like gay men they're still men, right? And
okay.
Yeah, gay women are still women. So Grindr is like just a lot of like penis pictures.
A lot of testosterone.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I've never been and I don't want to see. But like from what I gather, it's like just a lot of like, it's sex.
Okay.
Right. And that's fine.
Okay.
But women are never, well, okay, not all women, but usually women are into like emotions.
Okay.
I mean,
not me, but like
not you or me.
But like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we have the authority to speak about this.
Fair enough. Okay.
But from what I've gathered, the lesbian dating apps, we do not have specialized like picture-based dating apps.
Okay.
But it's the same. So we use we use OkCupid, we use Tinder, we use like Hinge.
Okay.
Yeah, and the difference is, I don't know if you know this, but when you sign up for the app, you say if you're a woman or a man.
Yes.
And then you say if you're looking for a woman or a man. And if you say woman and woman, a magical secret third choice pops up.
Oh.
Yeah, did you know this?
No.
Yeah, and the question will then be, all right, so do you only want to be seen by other women who are also only looking for women?
Okay.
And they do this to protect us from straight couples looking for threesomes.
Okay, so because I have seen the other side of the dating app. I have seen the lesbian side of Tinder. And there were.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, why?
You know how some people are like, oh, you're not a lesbian, it's just a phase. I genuinely had a phase.
Tell me about your phase.
It was like, look, I mean, women are beautiful and men are lackluster. And
I mean, you're not talking to, you're
preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
And I did go through this phase of like thinking whether it would be better for me to date women. So I get to the other side of, I guess, Tinder, whatever I was on. And there's two things, right? First of all, anyone I did meet that was a lesbian, for some reason, instantly knew that I was an amateur, that I was like new at this. And they were like, have you ever, dated a woman before? And as soon as I said no, they're like, sorry, we don't take applications from like unqualified candidates.
We don't, yeah.
Yeah.
The council will not.
They will not. Yeah, I don't have to go on like some internship. I don't know. I don't have the time. So it's just like a lot of paperwork, from what I understand.
It is.
So, but then I would also find that there were women who were looking for people to join them and their husbands, right? So, which is ironic, because then what you have is the men on Tinder who have wives and don't mention their wives, and then you have on the gay side, you have women who are married and won't shut up about their husbands, basically. So, I mean, and that, just to clarify from earlier, is not what I was on there for, and certainly not what I did. So I gave up pretty quickly on that idea, and nonetheless realised it's really not for me, because I, as it turns out, I'm heterosexual. So I know, what, life is full of disappointments, and, I'm working through it, and, I'm getting the support of other heterosexuals to, look for a path forward. and actually it's turned out good for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
so but it was for a while.
No, I get it. Like, from the lesbian side of things, yeah, it's we have to, consider the applications carefully because we've been
Yes.
hurt so many times by like
Okay.
straight women.
I probably would have done that. I
Yeah.
probably would have
Yeah.
got there, built some kind of connection, and then been like, turns out I really like men.
Yeah. And that's
Sorry.
like the worst thing
Yeah,
possible.
okay. See, now it makes sense. And now I feel bad for making a joke about it. But that's definitely what would have happened.
You thought you were applying to like a prestigious like consulting kind of
Yeah.
internship, but it was actually like one of those poorly run social organizations.
Ah, okay. I thought it was just really exclusive. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's a great organization, lesbianism. I think it's my favorite of all the religions. First of all, it's no. I think but however, we've talked about this because I'm always like, having dated men for so long, I'm always like, well, it's got to be easier and better dating women. But you have convinced me that isn't the case.
Well, I'm not supposed to speak on behalf of all the lesbians in the world, but I will.
You are.
I will. I will. Because I'm from the Lesbian High Council.
Okay.
I don't know if you
excellent.
know this.
I know. We are so honoured to have you here, madam.
I'm an emissary.
Yeah.
But it's it's really hard to embrace the straight woman because it's like the thing you want the most.
Okay.
It's toxic. So what you want the most is going to kill you.
Oh, okay. How very.
It's like you always want the forbidden
fruit.
Yeah,
okay.
you are a fruit and you are forbidden.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like it's so dangerous because it's like, and then the more dangerous it is, the more you want it, and then it's like tied in with a lot of the self-hatred you might have for yourself as a homosexual.
Do you have to have self-hatred to be a homosexual?
You don't have to, but it helps.
Okay.
Yeah,
they consider like when you apply, that's
10 points.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
okay.
Like, it's the opposite of an immediate fail. It's like an immediate pass.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I wouldn't have passed. I don't think I've got enough self-hatred. I don't think I'd have made a very good lesbian.
You don't have self-hatred?
I've got an abundance of overconfidence is what I have.
That's great. Yeah. No, you're never going to be a lesbian.
Oh,
no.
Okay. So
you're the forbidden fruit.
I'm just going to remain the forbidden fruit.
Yeah. And like, there's the ego involved because you want to be like, she thinks she's straight. But wait till she tries this.
But this is what women do with men, though. They're like, he thinks he's emotionally unavailable. I can fix him.
Yeah.
Like I have spent 5 years being a mechanic. Like I'm like, like people are like, oh, I met this woman and she was like, oh, well, after my divorce, I got really into healing. And I was like, well, same. I just got really into fixing people.
Yeah. No,
it's not quite the same.
It's the same thing because like women just do this. Yeah. And then there's like the layer of like, but then the side that I'm like converting you to is the less the legal side. Like, is she gonna, take all of the BTO, like the government subsidies and the tax reliefs? Or is she gonna choose me? And then
is she gonna choose me over baby bonus?
Yeah, which like the answer is always no.
No.
Yeah, and then there's that extra, like no, and the government says no too.
Wow.
So it's just like a lot. So it's for self-preservation. Like if so like maybe threesomes. Even then, it's kind of like you don't really want that third party because as it is. I feel like the women who are on the lesbian dating apps and looking for threesomes, it could have been the guy putting the profile there, but even then, it's the woman who's like, okay, he's like, babe, you do it. Like,
I just assumed that was just because he was lazy. I mean, they just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, maybe, but
and she's like, have you signed the permission slip for the kids' school? Have you put air in the car tires? Have you put the thing on Tinder about us wanting a threesome? It's like on the chore chart on the fridge.
So like the straight couples, if you want to spice up your marriage, just take a pottery class instead. That's enough. You don't have to.
Okay, don't go.
It's less
lesbian fishing.
It's more. Yeah, it's it's more contained.
Okay.
Yeah, just touch
Okay.
touch the clay.
Yeah, less tidy though, I imagine, the pottery than the
Physically,
threesome.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about threesomes because I've never been
I don't
in
know about
one.
pottery.
Well,
No, I don't know.
I've been in pottery because I'm a
Well,
lesbian.
obviously, you have to for the
Yeah.
form. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another 10 points.
Mm.
So I'm, I can help you get in because I'm on the high council. It's
Okay, I just don't think I'm qualified for it.
we want people who like really want it.
I thought for a while, I was like, maybe I do, but I don't think it was that I wanted it. It was that I didn't want the alternative.
Yeah. So would you say you're open to both, or like, what's part of the sliding scale are you
I'm
on?
definitely on the scale. I'm
Yeah.
on the scale somewhere. I just, do you know, this is like, jokes aside, this was a real thing for me when I went through this phase. So my cousin, who I'm super close with, is gay. She's married to a wonderful woman. They have a gorgeous little boy together, super, super close. And my family have always supported her. Like my mum and my sisters, my stepdad were like, always been there, cheer her on, very open-minded. But then and I was always just like, why was it so hard for her to come out, And then when I was like, oh, I wonder if I could date a woman. And then I thought I would have to have that conversation with my family, the same family that I know are supportive and open-minded and cool. And I still don't think I could do it. And it was a massive like revelation for me in what it must be like to come out, even in a family that's accepting, because your family were very accepting.
Yeah, surprisingly so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I mean, before I talk about my family, it kind of sounds like what my friend had. Because for the longest time, she's American, right?
Yeah.
And I've known her sister for a long time. And she's like obviously gay. Like, she's been living in a condo that she co-owns with another woman.
Okay.
And etc.
Yeah.
And she's like, but my sister hasn't come out. I don't think she's gay. And I don't see why she wouldn't come out, because my family is like, we're Democrats, my mom, my dad, we have no problem with these things.
Yeah.
But I can see how you can know that, but you can't feel that.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, it was a really interesting thing to think about. Nonetheless, I did not have to come out because it turns out I still like the men. But dating men has historically for me not been a great experience. I say for me, I think I do speak on behalf of most women. Now I've gone like very off-brand and actually am properly dating someone, which is super weird. Weird. And he's great.
Yeah.
But before that, it's been an exercise in just how to maintain your mental health while somebody just stands there and bashes you over the head with their ego, I think. But yeah, it's been, and of course dating a comedian is a challenge for people. So I'm like single mom.
Recommend, not recommend.
I mean, I run a show called Never Date a Comedian for a reason. People think I run it because I have dated comedians, which I have, and I don't recommend it, which I don't. But I actually call it Never Date a Comedian because I felt that nobody should ever date me. That's the reason I named it that, not based on my dating experiences with comedians.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you know what's strange? Because as a lesbian, I think the stereotype is that you hate men.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's untrue.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I didn't want to be a lesbian that hated men.
Okay.
Right? And then I started to like open my heart, and then now I'm married to a man. No, okay, no.
I was like, wait, I've missed a chapter. I was like, you're not married to a man anymore. You're not. Remember?
Right. I think so. Okay. So I feel like the more I opened up my heart, and then now I'm being introduced, or like getting to know of situations where the man is like really good, like decent, genuine, nice guys.
Yeah.
Right? And it's almost like the universe is just telling me, hey, there's all kinds. And you kind of attract what you want to.
Yeah,
to
and
get.
I think that's very true. I think because when I was dating, like I dated for a while to like just replace the man I've been with before, like I was just like, my singleness has to be solved, this is a problem, I must find someone. you can't really date like that. It's really unhealthy, and you're not like a fully formed person, and then you settle for anything. And then I had 2 years of being completely single, threw myself into stand up, had nothing but like casual flings with people, and now I'm in a relationship which is, I feel like, a much more fully formed, healthy human being.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit preachy, but I don't think like you can force singleness though. I don't think you can be like, right, I'm going to be single and I'm not going to date. I think it has to just come like organically, and
No,
you
I
have
think
to be distracted.
yeah, I kind of had the same sort of issue because like we talked about, I got married really young. I never really dated before getting married, and I married like my first boyfriend. And then there was the divorce and all of that. So even when I came out into the dating world with women, which is like, I feel it's infinitely harder, it was very much like, okay, I just have to be with someone. It just doesn't feel right, like not being. But then that's because you're not comfortable with yourself.
Absolutely. It's so cliche, but it's so true. It's completely true.
Yeah. And I can't say that I'm fully overcome that because I did find my girlfriend. So I've been with my girlfriend / spiritual wife.
Spiritual. I thought I was your spiritual wife.
I have many wives.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because I'm on the council.
The council,
I'm
so
on
you
the
must
council.
have. Yeah.
So it's part of my community service.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, just check in.
You're just my comedy wife.
Comedy wife. That was
comedy wife. Comedy wife, and then I have my spiritual wife.
And she really is. You guys are so lovely.
Yeah. So we've been together for like 5 years and counting, probably 5.5. So so it's just, but it's been very different because we've both been in very bad relationships before.
Yeah.
And I think once you just know.
Yeah.
Like the moment we started chatting,
yeah,
it's like, okay, this one is different. She makes complete sentences.
Okay.
In fact, she can sometimes make paragraphs.
Wow. Oh, it's hot.
And the and the paragraphs, they make sense, and it just kind of all falls together. So I think it all happens in time for a reason. Having said that, I did try to date about, and it was my first time dating ever, and dating women, which, like I told you, is hard. And I kind of took a very data-based approach.
Okay,
I just
sexy.
And there was a spreadsheet.
Wow.
Yeah,
was there really
genuinely
a spreadsheet?
There was a spreadsheet, which I threw away in shame because I was basically tabulating all the dates because I can't remember things well.
Okay.
Right? So I just figured, okay, it's a numbers game. You gotta just like meet as many women as you can, and after a while, like you'll find the one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So
okay, well, I was doing the same with men, and I would have on my phone, they would be like their name, like I would save them as their name, age, job, and where they were from, because there were so many of them, because I was going on like 3 dates a day, so I would like,
it is a numbers game, right?
It was, but it didn't work. I actually only met someone when I stopped. I mean, I met people, but like I met
but you had
a good one. Did I have fun? I don't think I would say I had fun, actually, if I'm honest. I don't look back at it and think, oh wow, this was an amazing time in my life. No.
Did you get comedy material?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of comedy material.
That was the point.
That was it. It served its purpose.
There was, I just went out with I kind of took the approach where we don't even have to have anything. We just have to meet. And I just want to know more lesbians.
Okay.
Because I didn't know any lesbians. But I think they thought they were on a date. Like, so it was a bit weird. I guess they didn't know they were on a spreadsheet. Okay. Because I know this is not nice, but I was like listing them out. Like, okay, so the name and the age and is she a butch? Is she a femme? Is she an andro? Oh. But maybe there were not different ones, but I had to categorize them. Okay. Because after a while I realized, hey, I really need a femme. Like that's just what I'm into. Yes. Right? So because
your partner is
I mean that's just what I like. Like I guess I'm attracted to like women who are very feminine, like womanly. I will do anything for like long hair, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And then after a while, after looking at the data, I was just like, if they found out I had a spreadsheet, this would not bode well. And so I just had to throw it away. Like trash it in Google Sheets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I know
then-
when you said throw it away, I pictured you at the printer just taking it
I
out.
would,
the
no, you
printer
know what? I
shredding.
would print it out and then like crumple it and burn it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
that's a very lesbian thing to do.
While like sad music plays.
yeah. While Alanis Morissette's on in the background. Joyce, we're going to run out of time.
That was
Run out of time on
fast.
this podcast.
That was fast.
But I want to hear
Okay.
more about the spreadsheet. We should talk more
Yeah.
in the next one.
And yeah, sure.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, I have so many questions.
Okay.
But if you have any questions, guys, please write to us. Instagram is the best way. I am Sasha Frank Comedy on Instagram.
I am Nebulous Niang.
And we will absolutely answer your questions, chat about whatever
Comedy or custody themes.
comedy or custody themed.
Legal advice, yeah?
Absolutely do not take legal advice from us. Disclaimer. Don't take legal advice, don't take medical advice, don't take life advice. You can take cooking advice from me. That's probably all I'm qualified to give.
Yeah.
But that's it. So this has been the Comedy and Custody podcast. I have been Sasha Frank.
I've been Nebulous Niang. See you next time.
See ya.